Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Diksha Vedantu Foundation. I am Ankit Sir bringing you today day 4 of midterm score booster series in mathematics. We have done so far 3 chapters: real numbers, linear equations in 2 variables, and polynomials. Today's chapter of discussion is quadratic equation. Most of you are very good in this chapter. Actually, this is one very fun chapter. All of us like doing the questions on it because we get a solution and that is very easy to get. So we all like this chapter. So but still we will try to revise it today. We'll complete it today, and if there is any like point where we feel okay, this is not something that I'm very confident in, so we will get it done today. So what is the goal of the video? The goal of this session is to complete everything which is there in quadratic equation in this session only. And what we're going to do that, how we're going to do that is, we have taken all type of questions. We have taken questions based upon the nature of roots. We have taken questions based upon solving a quadratic equation, understanding a quadratic equation, also what problems. And again, at the end of the session, you'll have homework questions which you have to do along with all the classwork questions that I'm going to do with you on the board right now. All right. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our session. Very important announcement for you. Please pay attention. So what is happening here? No, you are in grade 10 and soon after 3-4 months you'll be going to grade 11. Okay, and then you'll be very busy because then your pre-boards will come, pre-board 1, pre-board 2, and then your boards. So then you'll be very busy, very occupied. So this is the right time. Spend some time with us on this thing. So what happens is, all of the students will not know, all of you will not know, or you might be confused that what should I do after 10th? I know I want to take a science, I want to take up science, I want to take up physics, I want to take up chemistry, but whether should I go for JEE, whether should I go for NEET, or whether should I go for just KCET? Okay, so it's all of these are very good options, but what you should do, you might not know right now. You're students, it's allowed, okay? You'll not know everything. What you can do, at Diksha we have come up with a solution. You can do is visit our nearest Diksha center, write DSAT. What is DSAT? DSAT is Diksha Scholastic Aptitude Test. In this, it is just not a test, it is a very holistic approach to understand a student and his problem and rectify that. We come up with an approach to rectify that. So how we do that is, we have a 1-hour session taken by a faculty, which will be any concept based session. Upon that, at the end of that session, what you're going to do, you're going to write the aptitude test on that session, and after that we will evaluate your aptitude test, and then we will have one-to-one counseling with you and your parents about how you did and how you can improve, what are your strengths, and all these things will be discussed by our faculties, by our counselors. So you can visit us at any nearest Diksha center, and this will help you decide what should you do. One more thing is that if you perform really good in this test and you are looking to join us for the next upcoming academic year, you can get the scholarship up to 90%. So this is first come first serve basis. Try to visit our center as soon as possible. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's begin with the session. Standard form of quadratic equation. Standard form of quadratic equation. So quadratic equation, obviously we learned right now little bit about it in polynomials. What we learned? We learned about quadratic polynomials, not equations. So you have seen this part, if I remember, you have seen this part, ax square plus bx plus c. Sir, why equal to 0? Obviously, because it is an equation, right? So obviously there will be equal to 0 present in it. If you remember, what was the values of x called in case of polynomials? We were calling them zeros of the polynomial. In this case, in the case of quadratic equation, we will be calling them, or we will naming them as solutions of quadratic equation or roots of quadratic equation. Okay, how to find that, what are the methods to do it, we'll learn it in upcoming slides in the session today. But right now let's understand, instead of calling it as zeros of the polynomial, we'll call it as solutions or roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so if I have to take some examples, (2x square plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0). Is it a quadratic equation? Yes, it is. So what is my A term here? My A term is 2, B is 4, and C is 4 again. What are ABC? We all know A is the coefficient of quadratic term, B is the coefficient of linear term, and C is just constant term. Excellent. If sometime what they do is they write like this, x square equals to 4, then what you have to do, make it into the standard form. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? X square minus 4 equals to 0. But sir, in the standard form we have 3 terms. We have here only how many? 2. How to do that? So we'll do x square plus 0x minus 4 equals to 0, and we can write ABC now as A equals to 1, B equals to 0, and C equals to minus 4. Okay. Sir, why it is important to know ABC? It's quite easy actually. It doesn't require that much of effort, but we need this bacha. We need this information because actually to solve or to reach the solutions of quadratic equation, that's what is important. Okay, so you will know, you have to know ABC values to apply the formulas or even use the other method, which is also factorization method, to solve the quadratic equation. Excellent. Let's move on to the next slide where we'll learn about solving. How we will know, okay, before going to the solving of quadratic equation, so first we should understand how can we identify whether a given equation is quadratic or not. So as the name suggests, quadratic means, sir, the degree has to be 2. The degree has to be 2. What is degree? Are you able to recall what is degree? Degree was the highest power of the variable. Highest power of the variable. So for any equation to be quadratic, the degree must be, there is no option, degree must be 2. It has to be 2. Okay. In the polynomials we were saying, for anything to be polynomial, the power, the degree has to be rational or whole number. Okay, not rational, it should be a whole number, pardon me. But in this case, not whole number, it should be only 2, not 3, not 4, not 1, only 2. Excellent. So if I have, let's say, written like this, is it a quadratic? No, it's not quadratic, because what is the power? 4. The degree is 4. So not a quadratic equation. So I have taken couple of examples and we'll see whether these are quadratic equation or not. Okay. So first one looks very simple. Sir, it is a quadratic equation. No. Why have you taken this example? Because sometimes people get confused by looking at root or any irrational coefficients. It's not about understanding a quadratic equation. Standard form doesn't talks about your degree. Degree means only the variable's power. That has to be 2. That's all. Whether A is irrational or rational does not matter. So if I compare this with standard form, what is standard form? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Am I right? What is A then for this question? What is A? A is straightforward root 3, B is minus 2, and C is 1 by 2. As you can see, irrational, it's rational, this is also rational but in fractional form. Okay, over here just integer, minus 2, does not matter. They are all real numbers, coefficient can be real number, and that's all it matters. So then this is a quadratic equation. Since there can we take an example, then how can this become example of not a quadratic equation? Actually what they're going to do, they'll write this as root 3 x square minus 2x plus 1 by 2 equal to 0. What happened? What changed from here to here? What changed? Now the root is applicable on x square also. Root is applicable on x square also. In this case, this will become root 3x minus 2x plus 1 by 2 equal to 0. Now what is the highest power? It's clearly 1. Cannot be a quadratic equation. So make sure if irrational coefficient is given in terms of roots, it should be only for the constant number, not the variable. If the root goes for x also, the variable also, then it might not be a case of quadratic equation. We cannot say because we have to see the example to check it out. Okay. One more thing, the variable will be only 1. So see, you are using only x. You are not using x and y. So you will have degree as 2 and variable as 1. Excellent. Great. Let's move on. Next question. So this looks like example of a case or equation which is not quadratic. Let's write it down. Let's write it down. X plus 1 by x equals to 1. Sir, the highest power is 1, but over here it is rational. It is 1 by x form. So isn't it like directly we can look at it and say it is not a quadratic equation? No, we can simplify it, right? We can simplify it. How we will simplify it? We'll take LCM of 1 and x and I'll get as, you'll get this as x. This becomes x square plus 1 equals to 1. Cross multiply please. You're gonna get what? X square plus 1. X square plus 1 equals to just x. Bring this x on this side. You'll have this as x square, pardon me, it'll be minus x, right? It'll be minus x, x square minus x plus 1 equals to 0. Now it is looking like a form of quadratic equation. If you check, earlier it was like this, weird, right? X plus 1 by x, but now we have x square minus x plus 1. How can we confirm this? How can we confirm this? Cross check with our standard form. Cross check with our standard form. If you cross check it and tell me what is the value of a, b, c for this, what is the value of a, b, c? So a, b, c. Cross check. A is just 1, b is minus 1 and c is again just 1. So a is 1, b is minus 1 and c is just 1. Obviously it is an example of quadratic equation. So whatever examples, both the examples I took are actually quadratic, I hope this is clear. What is the necessary condition? Only one variable and degree must be 2. That's all. Let's move on. Okay, now as I said, solving a quadratic equation, how to reach the solution. So I've taken an example, 2x square minus 2x minus 4 equals to 0. Is it quadratic? Yes sir, one variable, degree is 2. 2x square minus 2x minus 4 equals to 0 and I've taken the solution already. X equals to minus 1 comma 2. X equals to minus 1 comma 2. Let's check whether this is solution or not, and if this is solution, why it is called solution. Why these values minus 1 comma 2 are called solution of the quadratic equation. I'll tell you. So if you put this x as minus 1 in place of all the x in the equation, let's check it out. 2 times of minus 1 ka square minus 2 times of minus 1 minus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so let's, instead of writing the equation, let's just consider LHS. Let's just consider LHS. Let's just consider LHS. Excuse me. This will continue as 2 because minus 1 square is 1. This will become minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2 and this is minus 4. What is this becoming equal to as? 0. Isn't that equal to RHS? Check this out. So for all those values of x, where the LHS becomes equals to RHS, or this thing is also called as equation is satisfied. Instead of calling LHS equal to RHS, we can also call as equation is satisfied. So for all those values of x where equation is satisfied, that x is called as solution or root of quadratic equation. It's called as solution or root of quadratic equation. So minus 1 is the root. Let's check 2 quickly. Same will take LHS. We'll write it here. 2. So 2 in place of all the x's. 2 times of 2 minus 4. Why not equal to 0? Because we have taken only LHS. This is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8, minus 4 minus 4. Answer is 0 equal to RHS. What is it? Equation is satisfied. That's why the value 2 is also a solution or root of the quadratic equation. Let's move on to the next question. Methods to find roots of quadratic equation. Now, how do we find the solutions? How do we find these roots? We have two methods. First one is factorization method and second one is our formula method, also called as Sridharacharya formula, given by Sridharacharya sir for finding the roots of quadratic equation. Great. So let's learn both of them one by one. First one, factorization method. Okay. Now why written here identities? Means I can factor a quadratic equation without using identity or with using identity. If identity, then what are those identities? So there are three identities which we're going to use. Sir, why three? Because we must use the identities in quadratic form. And how many identities we have in quadratic form? Let me list it down here. So first one, if you remember, it is a plus b the whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? What happens if I change the signs here? If I write this as minus sign, then I can write this here as minus sign. So this becomes identity number 2. Okay, so this is identity 1 and 2. Okay, I hope you get it. First one is a plus b the whole square, where it is a square b square plus 2ab. Second one is a minus b the whole square. See the minus sign, a minus b the whole square, then it becomes a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? And one more is there. The third one is a square minus b square is equals to a plus b times a minus b. Okay, I think I've written in opposite form, so let me just write it that way. Just reverse the statement, no problem. So it should be written like this: a minus b times a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. Now some people might say, sir, there are two terms of quadratic. Okay, you said in the standard form, there only one should be a quadratic term, no? So if you remember standard form, it was ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Sir, only one term is a square term, sir. Why there is two square term? That will become a constant. I'll take an example. Let's see. Okay, so let's take an example just on that form only right now. Okay, x square minus 4 equal to 0. Is it quadratic? Of course it is. A is 1, b, the x term is not there, so b is 0, and c is minus 4. Okay, how will you solve it? Use this identity number 3. How can we go ahead with this? Write this as x square minus 2 square equals to 0. This will become x minus 2 times x plus 2 equals to 0, which is x equals to 2 and minus 2. So I have two roots, 2 and minus 2, 2 and minus 2. Okay, so I can again use other formula also. For example, let me take, so this is on the third identity. Let me take a question on the first identity. Okay, first and second is the same thing, just the sign is changing. First and second is same thing, a plus b the whole square or a minus b the whole square, right? So let me take one question on that. X square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. Simplest question ever on the identity form of solving quadratic equation. Can you see the pattern here? Yes, you can see x the whole square plus 2 times of 2x plus 2 square. I did not write the entire form here. Let me complete it. Okay, so 2 times of x plus 2 square equal to 0. Sir, how is it different from what you wrote earlier? Check it out. This is my a, this is my, sorry, a square actually. So x is a, this is b, and this is just b. So a square, b square, 2ab. What it becomes? A plus b the whole square. A plus b the whole square. So I can write this as I can write this as x plus 2 the whole square is equals to 0. Sir, where is the solution? Yes, it is. Check it out. X plus 2 times x plus 2. Whole square means what? Multiplying with itself. What we're gonna do? Individually take both the values to 0. We get x equals to minus 2 comma minus 2. Here there are two roots, but they are actually equal to each other. We will learn about that in nature of roots. Okay, this is actually a situation when the roots will be equal to each other. Okay, so using identity is okay, done, easy also. Only 3 are there. What about any other form which comes actually most handy, most useful? Yes. What is that called? What is it called? Splitting the middle term. Split the middle term. Okay, in this what we do? Factorization, you remember, we take the first term and third term. I did questions on this on polynomials also. We multiply them and we factorize them. Okay, this is also very, very important, this method. Okay, so this is not actually an identity, just a method to solve lots and lots of questions on it. Let's check the first question that I've taken on it. Solve 9x square minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, can we use identities to solve this question? Can we use identity to solve this question? Check. So there are 3 terms here, so we cannot use a square minus b square. What about a plus b the whole square? Sir, this might be 9x can be written as 3x the whole square, but we have 2 here. Okay, then it is not making any sense. It is not having that b square term. What we can do, and also there is a negative sign here, this should be positive for it to be in the form of identity. Check it out. Both a and b is positive, right? So let's quickly see here. So what we'll use? We will use our beloved split the middle term. What we do here? I hope you remember, multiply first and last. Is it right? No, sir. The square and the constant term. The square and the constant term. What do I get? Minus 18 x square. Write the factors of 18. Sir, first one is the same, 9 into 118 also is there. I can write 3, 6. And what we're going to do? Write x, all these factors. Write x with all these factors. Now, which can we use? Out of the 2 combination that we have here, which can we use to reach our middle term? Clearly 3 and 6x can be used. 3x minus 6x will be minus 3x. So whether to use this and this, we can check from our middle term. So which one should be positive? The negative is here. It means 3x should be positive and this should be negative. So let's check it out here. 9x square minus 6x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. What is done right now? We have split the middle term into 2 terms, right? That's why the name, splitting the middle term. Now what is common here? So one x is common, one 3 is common. So 3x, what is left here? 3x, because 3 3 is a 9 and x is x square. What is left here? Just 2. Over here, what is common? Nothing, sir. It means 1 is common. 1 is a common factor even though nothing is common, right? Good. Take 3x minus 2 common. I have 2 factors. What I'm going to do to reach the solution or reach the roots? Equate both these factors with 0. 3x minus 2 equal to 0 and 3x plus 1 equal to 0. I reach here as 3x equals to 2, x equals to 2 by 3. Here 3x equals to minus 1, x equals to minus 1 by 3. These are my 2 roots. 2 by 3 and minus 1 by 3. What we did, splitting the middle term, we took something common, and over here again in these two terms 3x minus 2 was common. So I took common here and simplified and equated with 0 individually. Why 0? Because to make the product of these two terms 0, if this is not clear, to make this term, product of these two terms 0, both of them has to be equal to 0 one at a time. So I can take this as 0 or I can take this as 0. That's what I've done, equated with 0 and got the answer as 2 by 3 and minus 1 by 3. Okay, so you might be saying or thinking like that, sir, these are very easy questions, because we are building the concept, bacha. Right now we are doing easy questions, and as we go ahead in the session, we'll have increase the difficulty level of the questions. Okay, we have taken P by Qs also, so it might be very important for you. It might you might not get the same question, but similar format can be expected. Okay, the questions that I take or the homework questions are actually expected questions only. Okay, let's start. So this question, okay, now you can see the format is changing. I'm increasing the level of the questions. Okay, solve 1 upon x minus 1 minus 1 upon x plus 5 equals to 6 by 7. So there is no quadratic equation here. The power is 1 and that too is in denominator. First we will simplify this given statement and let's see whether it is a quadratic equation or not. One more thing, read this part. Why x is not equal to 1 and minus 5? Because if you take x as 1, this will become 1 by 0, undefined. Denominator cannot be 0. The denominator cannot be 0. If I take this as minus 5, again 1 by 0. Denominator cannot be 0. Let's check it out. So we'll simplify. How will we simplify this? Let me write it here. So I'll write the question here first. This is actually a very simple question, but we will solve it to know whether it is simple or not. So first we're going to do what? We'll take LCM of the two numbers. Are they two different numbers? Yes. So what we're going to do? Take their product. X minus 1 and x plus 5. X plus 5. If I have 2, now check this, compare this fraction with this. X minus 1 is here, right? To make this denominator, I have to multiply with x plus 5. So I'll multiply same on the numerator side, x plus 5. Minus sign is there. Same way, x plus 5 is already present here. What is required? X minus 1. I'll multiply that with numerator. So x minus 1 in the bracket equals to 6 by 7. Let's continue. So this will become what? X plus 5 minus x plus 1. I'm opening the bracket, the second one, minus x and plus 1. Over here, this will become x square plus 5x minus x plus, pardon me, minus 5. This is minus 5. How, sir? Okay, I'll show you. Multiply this x with this x, you get x square. This x with this 5, you get 5x. This x with minus 1, you get minus x. And this 5 with this minus 1, you get minus 5. I know you all know it. Just to, if somebody is missing it, then he should not miss. He or she should not miss it. Okay, for that reason. Can we cancel x and x? Yes, we can. This is equal to 6 by 7. Okay, let's continue. Now, if we simplify it further, what is our step? Next one. 5 plus 1 is 6. This is x square plus 4x minus 5 equal to 6 by 7. Right? Yes, cancel this 6 and 6. What is left now? I can cross multiply. Both of places 1 is there. So 7 into 1 is just 7. And this is x square plus 4x minus 5. Bring this 7 on that side. Okay, it will become negative. I'll continue over here. Okay, I'll continue over here only. Okay, check this out. So I'm going to move this 7 over here. So it will become x square plus 4x minus 5 minus 7 equals to 0. So this will be x square plus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. Now what method are you going to use? The most common method, splitting the middle term. Okay, minus 12 x square is the product of first and last term. Minus 12 x square is my product. What factors will give me 4? Think. 6 and 2. 6 and 2 will give me 4. Okay, which is bigger? Positive has to be bigger because I want 4x here. So I can write this as x square plus 6x minus 2x minus 12 equals to 0. Right? 6x minus 2x is 4x and 6x into minus 2x is minus 12x square, which we needed here. Take common, x is common here, so x plus 6. What's common here? Minus 2. So again x plus 6 equals 0. What is my answer? X plus 6 will be taken common again. X minus 2 will be left. X is left in the first term and 2 is left in the second term with a minus sign. Equate them individually to 0. I get x as minus 6 and x as 2. Are these two answers same as these? Of course not. It means these are my roots of quadratic equation. If one of these answers would be like this, I have to cancel it out. Okay, I have to ignore that or neglect that answer, but it is not the case. So answer is minus 6 comma 2. Obviously it will not be like that. I'm just giving you example. Any question, after checking your answer, after getting your answer, cross check the question statement. Sometimes they'll say, let's say they've said here that x is a whole number. X is a whole number. X is a whole number. Is minus 6 a whole number? You've written answer as minus 6. You'll get wrong, no? Then this will become incorrect. If x is only whole number, then answer is only x equals to 2. Not in this case, but just I'm giving you a understanding here that after getting your result, check or read the question once again. So let's just erase the unnecessary part. This is not there. Okay, great. So both of these are roots. Moving on, easy question. This might be little calculative, not difficult, but little calculative. I'll solve it. Be with me. Come on. I hope you're writing it down. Okay. If I'm fast, you can just pause it, write the steps, and then move on to the next question. Great. So 3 times of 7x plus 1 upon 5x minus 3 minus 4 times of 5x minus 3 upon 7x plus 1 equal to 11. Okay. Can you see something here? If I start simplifying it, one way to do this question is take LCM, cross multiply, simplify, and continue with the answer. You will get the answer for sure, pakka. But since the calculation will be difficult and it will be highly calculative, there is a chance that, or is lengthy also. So there is a chance that you might make mistakes of sign or some multiplication here and there. Human error is possible, right? So let's take a easier step. I can write, see, if you see carefully here, 7x plus 1 by 5x minus 3, and this is 5x minus 3 by 7x plus 1. So if I write this as a by b, then this is nothing but b by a. Very small. Okay, I'll write little bigger. Okay, if this is a by b, this will be b by a. B by a. So understandingly, this and these are reciprocals. Okay, so let me assume 7x plus 1 upon 5x minus 3 equal to y, and see the magic. So this will become 3y, that will become minus 4 upon y equal to 11. So not a quadratic equation. Come on, it is a quadratic equation. Simplify it. 3y squared minus 4 equal to 11y. What I've done? I've multiplied every place with a y. I hope you can understand. I've multiplied everywhere with a y. If I do that, it will become 3y square. This will cancel this y, so just 4 and 11y. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. I know it's clear. All of you are very good students. Okay, so let's continue. Bring this 11y here. I get this as 3y square minus 11y minus 4 equals to 0. What is my product? First and last term. Product is 12. Okay, minus 12y square. Looks like positive 2. I'll rewrite it. Okay, so this is nothing but minus 12y square. What are the factors? 3 and 4 is there, but 1 and 12, because I need 11, right? I need 11 here. So I will need 1 and 12. So I can take 1 and 12y, which should be negative 12, because I have minus 11y here. So bigger number should be negative and this should be positive. I can continue here. 3y squared minus 12y plus 1y minus 4 equals 0. Please take common. 3y is common here. I get y minus 4. What is common here? Nothing. So 1. So y minus 4 equals 0. Take y minus 4 common from both the terms. You'll have y minus 4 here. Left in the first term, 3y plus 1. Pardon me. I'll erase this part. Looks like a bracket. So 3y plus 1 equals to 0. I have reached two factors. It means I will have two values of y. What will I have? Two values of y. Equate this to 0 first and then this to 0. If I get this to 0, I write what? Y minus 4 equals 0, which means y equal to 4. Y equal to 4. Okay. First one is done. Second root, how will I get? 3 plus y equal to 1. Sorry, I said it wrong. 3y plus 1 equal to 0. I'll get from here y equal to minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3. I have two answers here, bacha. I have two answers here. Y equal to 4 and y equal to minus 1 by 3. Is the question done? Solution is over? Solution is over? No. Because they gave what variable? They gave variable as x. So I have to find the solution in terms of only x. So what I'm going to do, whatever I took y assumption as, which is this, if you remember, I will substitute it with both the values individually. Let's see. So what is my first y? 4. What is y? 7x plus 1, 5x minus 3. Okay, 7x plus 1 and 5x minus 3. I can do this. So what we're going to do right now is 7x plus 1, 5x minus 3 equals to y equated with 4 and 1 minus 1 by 3 individually. So it is 7x plus 1 upon 5x minus 3. Let's check if I have written it right. This is nothing but y, right? This is nothing but y. 7x plus 1, 5x minus 3, y values are 4 and minus 3. So equate this with 4 ones. If I do that, I get what? 4 is equals to 7x plus 1 upon 5x minus 3. Multiply it, cross multiplication, I get 20x minus 12 equals to 7x plus 1. Simplify it, taking all the constants on one side and variables on one side. 20x minus 7x equals to 1 plus 12. This is my nothing but 13x equals to 13, gives me x as just 1. Okay, first answer of x is known now as 1. This is my one of the roots. Okay, this is my one of the root of the given quadratic equation, the big one. Next, I'll take this equal to minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3. Check here. So I'll write this as 7x plus 1 upon 5x minus 3 equal to minus 1 by 3. What is the next step? Cross multiplication. What I'm going to get? 3 times of this will be 21x plus 3 equals to minus 5x plus 3. What is happening here, bacha? Check here. 3 and 3 will go out. I will have only x term, which will be nothing but 26x equals to 0, x equal to 0, my second root of the quadratic equation. So what is my answer? 0 and 0 and 1. 0 and 1. So for this particular question, the answer is 0 and 1. I hope this is clear. Moving on. Okay, now this question. This, see, you can see here now, difficulty level is increasing. Great. So this is a very important question. This has come in examinations and this type of question can be expected. Okay, so please pay your attention. 1 upon a plus b plus x is equals to 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon x, where a plus b is not equal to 0. Why this is written here? We'll learn it after some time once we get ahead in the solution. For now, let's see the given statement. Okay, so looking at the given statement, to simplify it, I can see first of all what is my first goal: to form the quadratic equation. From the given relation, for the last two questions, what we have been doing, we have been forming the quadratic equation one way or the another. So over here also there is no quadratic equation right now given, so we'll have to form the quadratic equation. And how can we do that? By using variables only. What is the variable? Sir, a, b, x. No, only x is the variable. A and b are constants. Sir, why? Because we are assuming it like that. Okay, a and b are constant, only x is the variable. So bring that 1 by x term on this side, because to make operations on variable only, we'll get the square term or quadratic term, right? Yes. So let's bring it here. If I do that, what I'm going to get? 1 upon a plus b plus x minus 1 by x is equal to 1 upon a plus 1 upon b. I've done nothing but moved this term. Nothing else I've done in this step. Simplify further. This is not alpha, guys. Looks like alpha, but it is just x. Let me rewrite it. Okay. Now take LCM. What is my LCM? X times of a plus b plus x, same way as the previous one. I will get x here and here, a plus b plus x, and this will be ab and b plus a. LCM we have taken nothing else. What we have done? LCM. Over here x was missing, so I took x in the numerator. Over here a plus b plus x was missing, so I took a plus b plus x as numerator. Why? Because of the rule of making equivalent fraction, right? So whatever is the denominator, we have to make it equal, no? So x was missing from the denominator over here, so I multiplied with x, and here what was missing? A plus b plus x. I hope you all know it. Just if you have forgotten or you're confused at how you got this step, sir, let's simplify here. I get x minus, open the bracket, minus a minus b minus x upon, over here please do the multiplication. I get ax, I get bx and x square. How, sir? Open the bracket now. X times a is ax, x times b is bx, x times x is x square. Write this as a plus b upon ab. Check this out. Now x and x is cancelled. I'll take a minus sign common. I get this as minus of a plus b upon x square plus ax plus bx equals to a plus b upon ab. Now the question statement. Why did they give a plus b not equal to 0? Because if it is equal to 0, then whole thing will become equal to 0. All of it has no meaning. Check it out. Numerator is a plus b, both the places. So that's why they are saying it's not equal to 0. Is it so? Can you explain better, sir? Of course I can. To cancel these out, What I have to do? I have to divide both terms by a plus b, no? Can you divide something by 0? Can you divide something by 0? If I divide here by a plus b and over here also by a plus b, that's what I'm doing here when I'm cancelling those two terms. Whenever I'm cancelling that two terms, what I'm doing here? Dividing both sides by a plus b, so I can cancel this and this and this and this. But can you do that if a plus b was equal to 0? We cannot do that, no? That's why it is given in the question as a plus b is not equal to 0. Okay. Why I am explaining you these boundary conditions? Right now, no, even if you don't know that boundary condition, you will reach the solution, okay, automatically. But what happens as you go in higher grades, no, or in your higher studies, when you do your masters or your bachelors, then these conditions become very important to solve any problem. Then no, they'll make sure that these conditions are used in the question, and if you don't use it properly, then you end up with the wrong solution. So that's why make a habit from here only to use the necessary boundary conditions. Okay, great. So this part I don't have to write, so I'm erasing this. Pardon me. Okay, I don't have to write this part, so I'm erasing this. Okay, let's continue. So what I'm going to get after cancelling it? I have only 1 here left because I'm cancelling it here. So what is left? Only 1 is left. I can cross multiply. Here also 1 is left, but here with minus sign, there with positive sign. I can cross multiply this as minus AB equals to, this is going to be same, x square plus ax plus bx. What is the next step now? Bring this AB on that side and make this side to be equal to 0. Check here. I'm going to make this side 0 and this will be x square plus ax plus bx plus ab. Now do one thing, just write in this format, bring this over here equal to sign 0 there. So I'll write it as x square plus ax plus bx plus ab equals to 0. What is common in the first two terms? Take common to solve the quadratic. X equals to x plus a, x common, x plus a. Second thing, what is common? B is common. So I'll get x plus a again. Okay, I hope you're getting it, right? B is common here. So x is left and a is left. Excellent. Now in both the terms, x plus a is common. So x plus a is here. And what is here? X plus b. Equate both of them with 0. I get x as minus a and x as minus b. These are my roots of quadratic equation 1 upon a plus b plus x equals to 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon x. Okay. I hope you can see everything. Yes, these are the final steps. So what is my answer? Minus a and minus b. Right? Yes, minus a and minus b. They are negative only, right? Minus ab, yeah, they are negative only. Minus a and minus b. Okay. Moving on. Now comes to the nature of roots. What is the meaning of nature of roots, sir? I was telling we got a case where both answer was minus 2. Means I had the case where both answer were equal to each other. So actually in quadratic equation there exist 3 cases. One case is when you'll have 2 roots and they'll be not equal to each other. Okay, which is most of the cases, right? Check here, minus a minus b. There are 2 roots and they're not equal. Second, when the roots will be there, 2 only, but they'll be equal to each other. And third case, for the equations, you don't have any roots only. Okay, you don't have any roots only. Now, how will you know like which equation has which category? Case 1, if I write case 1, what is the case 1? 2 distinct real roots. Why real, sir? Because numbers will be real number. That's why real roots. Case 2, case 2 will be, the roots will be real, okay, but they'll be equal. So real but equal, okay. And case 3, no real roots, no real roots. So there exist 3 such cases in case of quadratic equation. Now the question is, sir, to know this I have to solve the question, right? Actually no, just by looking at the question you can solve it. You don't have to solve entire quadratic equation to get to know which category does the roots exist in, okay. Now there's 2 approaches to doing that. One is graphical method. We learned little bit about it in our polynomials. Please go and watch the video. Second here is directly from a parameter in quadratic called as discriminant. What is it called as? Discriminant. It is a parameter used to know the nature of the roots of quadratic equation without actually solving it, okay. That's why I said it's important to know ABC. Check here. In the formula of D, what we are using directly? The coefficients only, no? B square minus 4AC. So after knowing the value of these ABC, you'll substitute in B square minus 4AC, and from there you'll find the value of D, and that value will tell you whether the roots are distinct and real, real but equal, or it is not real. So what are the conditions for D? The conditions for D is if the value of D that you get here is coming greater than 0, like 2, 1, 15, any number, 15 by 2, whatever it is, just greater than 0, then it will be called as distinct and real roots. You'll have 2 different roots. Second one, if D is equal to 0, then what will happen? The roots will become equal to each other. They'll be real, but they'll be equal. The case where -2 and -2 we had, right? Okay. Now no real roots whenever we have this discriminant as negative, less than 0. There's a reason why it is like that, why it is not real. We'll learn it in our formula method, okay. Great. So before going into graphical method, no, let me take some example and show you the cases where roots are real or not. Let's check some examples. X square plus x plus 2 equal to 0. It's a quadratic equation. Yes sir, A is 1, B is 1, C is 2. So let's find the discriminant quickly. D will be B squared minus 4AC. What is my B value? Just 1. So I'll write here 1 square minus 4 times of A is also 1 sir, 1, and C is 2. What's my answer? 1 minus 8 sir, 1 minus 8, which makes it equal to what sir? -7, and -7 is nothing but less than 0. So I can say the D is less than 0, comes in the category of no real roots. So no real roots. So you can see here, without actually solving the quadratic equation, we reached a point where we can clearly mention and correctly mention that it does not have any real root. I hope I'm clear. Great. Now let's take a case where the roots are real. Just another example. Let's take this question to be x square plus x minus 2. Will this make our work easier? Let's see. Yeah, okay, obviously, sorry, pardon me, equal to 0 will be there, no? Otherwise it's gonna be a polynomial, not a quadratic equation. So how will I solve this? D equals to B square. I don't have to write the formula again. I'll use the coefficient directly. B square minus 4AC, B square is going to be again 1 square minus 4 times of A is 1, C is minus 2. What I get answer as 1 plus 8, which is 9. 9 is greater than 0. It means D is greater than 0. So what is the condition now? Real and distinct. What is the condition now? Real and distinct. I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm clear. Real and distinct rules are there for this equation. for this equation. Okay, let's move on to the graphical method. Another way to look at it, okay, to solve the questions quickly. Okay, graphical method, not much is there. I'll just draw the graphs, recall it from polynomials, and we'll move on. Okay, so graphical method, again I'll write both the cases, all the three cases. So let's take two cases here. Case 1, two distinct real roots. How will it look like? You will have a coordinate axis, obviously, okay, x and y. If graph is cutting at 2 points, if graph is cutting at 2 points, whether it's like this or it is like this. So you can see one value is here, other value is here, one value is here, other value is here. So wherever the graph cuts x-axis, that's called what? These points are called roots, na? These points are called roots. Recall it from polynomial class. They were called zeros in the case of polynomial. It's called roots in the case of quadratic equation. So in this case, wherever it cuts 2 points, cuts x-axis, in this case it's cutting at 2 points, so it has two distinct real root. Why distinct? You can see, no, this is 0, this is some other positive value, this is some positive value, some other greater positive value. So there are two different values. If this is a, this has to be b. Okay, now why this curve? You remember, for quadratic polynomial, what was the curve? It was a parabola, I told you, right? So even for quadratic equation, the curve will remain same, no? It is what? Called as parabola. Okay, parabola, whatever you wanna call. Second case is case 2, when roots are equal and real. So real and equal roots. Okay, how will this graph look like? How will this graph look like? So this look like this, bacha. When the graph touches the x-axis, this is my x-axis, and the graph is like this. So there is a contact, but a point contact is there. Means I can say the roots are x equals to a equal to b. So you can see here, both roots are lying at this same point. When that happens, that type of parabola is called as, or that type of graph will give me a case of quadratic equation which are real and equal roots. I can have a opposite one also, where the parabola is touching over here like this. Okay, inverted is also true. Case 3, let's quickly do it. Case 3 is what? No real roots. No real roots. In this case, what will have? The graph will look like this, or it might look like this, or any place. Okay, the point is it should not touch x-axis. There is no contact on the x-axis, so it means there is no root that exists in this case, are which are real, Okay, I hope the graphical method is clear. We did 3 cases. Case 1 was both real and distinct. Okay, second was equal but real. Third one, there was no real roots. Okay, let's move on. Check the nature of roots for the quadratic equation. I took example like that, right? Quickly write in that format. Come on. Sorry, not A. We'll move that. We don't need to write the format every time now. Okay, so I'm going to move it here. 16 x square minus 24x minus 1 equals to 0. My discriminant, if I can find, it will be b square minus 4ac. What is b square? 24. Sorry, minus 24. The whole square minus 4 times of a is what? 16, and c is what? Minus 1. I get this as square of 24 is 576. Minus into minus will become plus. 16 fours are 64. What is the sum? 0, 4 and 6. Is it a positive number greater than 0? Yes. It means roots are real and distinct. Easy question. Let's move on. Very easy question, okay? I'm not giving much time to this slide. Take the coefficient, use the formula, get greater than equal to 0 and write the next problem. Next question. Check the nature of roots. Okay. Now in this case we have variables involved. Let's see how will this pan out. Okay. Now in this case I hope you can understand this whole thing is my A, this whole thing is my B and this whole thing is my C. Why A is not equal to 0? Because if you make it equal to 0, this x square will become, full thing will be 0. So I cannot do that, right? So for that reason A is not equal to 0. Okay. Let's use the discriminant because to tell the nature of roots, what we need? Discriminant. So D is equals to B square minus 4AC. I'll write it here. What is my B square? This term 8AB the whole square minus 4. A is what? 3A square. B is what? It's plus only, plus 4B square. I don't have to write it. I wrote it by mistake. No problem. 8 square is 64. A square, B square minus here 4 3s are 12. 12 times 4 is 48. A square, B square. Difference is what? 16. 16. A square, B square. Now check it out here. 16 is a positive number. A square and B square. Can a square of any number be ever negative? Even the number is negative, if you square it up, it becomes positive. So overall, we have positive number multiplied with a positive number. It means my D is greater than 0. What is the case? Real and distinct. What's our learning? Whether the question looks difficult or not, the process remains same and you will get answer very easily. Just understand the process and remember the formula, which is this one. Moving on. If the roots of the equation are equal, prove this thing. Okay. So what we have to do here is, what they have given here is, the roots you see for this equation are equal. Equal means what? What is the meaning of equal roots? Equal roots means कि D is equal to 0. This is case 2. Whenever discriminant is 0, the roots are equal. Okay. Then prove that this condition we have to prove. We'll do it. Let's see. So let's break the question first. Looks like a big question. How will you write this in simplified way? This A square plus B square is nothing but my A. This whole thing is nothing but my B. And this whole thing is nothing but my C. Let's write it down here. So A is nothing but A square plus B square. B is nothing but minus 2 AC plus BD. And C is nothing but C square plus D square. Okay. Now we'll use the formula of discriminant. So D will be given by what? B square minus 4AC. Which B square is this? This B square, not this B. Okay. This coefficient B square. So let's carry on. What is B square going to be? Square of this whole thing. So minus 2 AC plus BD the whole square minus 4 times of A into C. What is my A? A square plus B square. A square plus B square. What is my C? C square plus D square. Looks complicated. Be with me. Pay your attention. Completely be focused here. You'll get your answer very simply. Come on. Let's quickly solve this. If I square negative 2, what will this become? Square of minus 2 is plus 4. What is this going to become? AC plus BD the whole square. Okay, AC plus BD the whole square. What can I write in place of that? What can I write in place of that, sir? Check. I can write here square of AC, which is A square C square, plus square of BD, which is B square D square, plus 2 times of ACBD, plus 2 times of ACBD. It means ABCD. So 2ABCD. Just the first term is done now. Let's expand the second term. Minus 4, big bracket. Let's multiply A square times D square. So A square D square. Over here A square C square also is there. A square C square. B also you multiply. So B square C square and plus B square D square. Okay, expansion is done. If you would like, I can repeat again. Multiply A square with D square, so A square D square. A square with C square, so A square C square. B square with C square, so B square C square. B square with D square, so B square D square. Okay. Sir, you said too much. It's okay, na? It's written on the board. You can understand and see from there. Okay. Now what? I have 4 common. Let's take 4 common from both the terms. What is left in this one? Same thing we'll write without changing anything. A square C square plus B square D square plus 2ABCD minus. Now sign will change for the second term because the minus sign is there. So minus A square D square. So what happened to this 4? I took common. Okay. Minus A square C square minus B square C square minus B square D square, bracket closed. Now anything getting cancelled, bacha? Check. A square C square, A square C square. B square D square, B square D square. Okay. Now what is left now for us? 4 is left and I have minus A square D square minus B square C square. I'll write that first, okay? Minus A square D square minus B square C square and this thing plus 2ABCD bracket close. 2ABCD bracket close. Okay, this is my what? Discriminant value. I'll take on the next slide, okay, and same thing I have to write there again. Okay, so ADBC. Okay, let's check. So my D is equal to, okay, pardon me, this should be just 4 minus A square D square minus B square C square plus 2ABCD. Is it right? It's right. Okay. Now, can we do something about it? Let's take minus sign common from here. Let's take minus sign common from here. If I do that, it will become minus 4 and this will be A square D square plus B square C square minus 2ABCD. Sir, why did you take minus sign common? Because I can see a formula being formed here. This thing can be taken as whole as x. So x square, this is y square and this is 2xy. Check, check, check. So I can write this as minus 4 and this as AD ka whole square plus BC the whole square minus 2 of AD into BC. Correct? AD into BC is ABCD only, no? ABCD. No problem. So I can write this as minus 4 AD minus BC the whole square. How, sir? Arey bhaiya, x square plus y square minus 2xy is nothing but x minus y ka whole square only, na? This is my x, this is my y, this is my xy, 2xy, right? This is not part of the answer, just the reason why I did it here. Okay. Continue please. So this is done. This is my discriminant. Now look at the question. They said are equal. The roots are equal. It means D value is 0. So put a 0 here, a big 0 here. Minus 4 AD minus BC whole square. Bring minus 4 here. Becomes again 0 only. Okay. Now same thing will remain. AD minus BC the whole square. If I take a square root on both sides, what will happen? Remains same, sir, because 0 is here. AD minus BC, what it provides us? Sir, AD equal to BC, because negative BC can be taken on this side, becomes equal to BC. Take B here and take D there. This will become A by B equals to C by D. A by B equals to C by D. Is it our answer? A by B equals to C by D. Sir, very complicated question. I cannot solve it in the exam. Of course you can. Nothing else we did. Simplification is taking long, no? You can do squaring, you can do adding, subtraction. The steps are required. What can we do about it? But the steps remain, the concept remains same. We found the D using the whole square formulas and we simplified it, taken something common to make the desired answer and then equated it with 0 for the roots to be equal. Excellent. Nothing big deal about it. This is the final answer. Okay. Proved, sir. Now, our formula, Sridharacharya formula, what it says, if you have a equation, quadratic equation obviously, which cannot use identity, either a square minus b square, a plus b the whole square, or a minus b the whole square. Also, we cannot solve it using split the middle term. Then how will you solve that quadratic equation? Then comes this formula, Sridharacharya formula. In this, using the coefficients only, we can solve the question. Okay. All right. So if we take some question, let's take this x square, my favorite question. Okay. Just give me a second. X square plus 4 plus 4x, right, equal to 0. Let's rearrange it. X square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. What is my A? A is nothing but 1, B is nothing but 4, and C is nothing but 4 again. Use the formula please. The formula says to find the roots, you just go like this, minus b plus minus root d. What is root d? B square minus 4ac upon 2a upon 2a. Put the values here. Minus b will be minus 4 plus minus b square will be minus 4 the square. Okay, minus 4 times of 1. A is 1 and C is 4. C is 4 by 2a. A is again 1. What I get here? Check it out. Minus 4 plus minus root of minus 4 square is 16. Minus 4 into 4 minus 16 upon 2. Okay. What I get here is this will become 0. No, 16 minus 16 will be 0. So I get this as minus 4, sorry, forgive me, minus 4 plus 0 upon 2, which is nothing but minus 2. So only one root, because this is the case where the roots are equal. Check. This is what? The one we are writing here. What is this? My discriminant only, no? And this is coming as 16 minus 16, 0, right? If d is 0 means roots are equal. It means both the roots are minus 2 comma minus 2 only. Okay. I told you that we will know how the roots are not real from this formula. Let's check. If I have, what was the case for roots not to be real? Roots not real. The case was d less than 0. The case was d less than 0. What happens when the d is less than 0? Pay attention here. When d is less than 0, bacha, it means I have to find a square root of d. Square root of a negative number. Can you find it out? Can you find the square root of -4? Somebody will say, sir, we can use complex numbers, but not right now, na? It's not in grade 10. We have not learned so far. So this cannot be found. So we will write what right now? Not real. So whenever this d is coming less than 0, no? For that reason only we say not real. Okay, we say not real and we'll move on. How we find it? Grade 11, we'll see. Right now, this is enough. Okay. Check the nature of roots for the quadratic equation, this, and find the roots. So we will solve it. So we will first find the nature of roots and then find the roots also using formula method. Let's see. So quickly, we'll move on to these questions. Looks simple enough. Do the cross multiplication. X square plus. Okay, some people might be confused. How you are doing this, sir? Even though I have done it so many times, multiply everything by x, sir. What we gonna get, sir? It'll be x square plus 1 equal to 3x. Simplify it further. X square minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. Please find the d value quickly. They're asking for nature of roots also. So b square minus 4ac. What is my b square? Minus 3 the whole square minus 4 times of a into c. So 1 into 1. What is my answer? Please. 9 minus 4, which is nothing but 5. 5 is greater than 0. Means roots will be distinct and real. Distinct and real. Great. Now what is the formula to find the roots? Formula to find the roots. Siddhacharya formula we will use. Roots equals to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. Why plus minus, sir? Because if you take root of any number, it comes both positive and negative. Both case situation can be true. Okay. So let's do quickly. Minus b is how much? Minus of minus 3, which will become this one. Plus 3. Minus b will be minus of minus 3, no? If you want, I can write one more step. Let's not confuse you guys, okay? No need to skip one step. So minus of minus 3, na bacha? Plus minus root of d. Root d is what? Root 5, because d is 5 upon 2a, which is just 2. A is what? 1, no? So 2 into 1 will be 2 only. I get this answer as 3 plus minus root 5 upon 2. Root 5 upon 2. So you have to write first root. Let's call the first root to be x1. What is my answer? 3 plus root 5 by 2. Second answer, x2 will be, I hope you can see this, 3 minus root 5 by 2. What type of number are these? Irrational number, no? Root 5 is irrational. So 3 plus root 5 by 2 is also irrational. 3 minus root 5 by 2 is also irrational. So one very important point you can, understand or point it out here, make a remark here, is whenever the roots are irrational, they will be in conjugate pair. They will be in conjugate pairs. What's the meaning of that? Conjugate pair? What's the meaning of conjugate pair? So conjugate pair means if there's a plus here, there'll be a minus sign here. Okay, so plus and minus will be like that. It is not plus minus, so I'll erase that part. So if it is a plus sign here, there'll be minus sign in the second root. Okay, I hope you understand this. So this is my answer. They asked us to find for this given quadratic equation roots. We found the roots, and nature also we found it. Nature was real and distinct. Sir, it is irrational. Even irrational numbers are real only, no? So irrational numbers but real numbers, distinct because they are two different numbers. Okay, great. Moving on. Now what problems are going to be there, right? We are moving to the last section of our session, which is dealing with Word problem, sir. Sir, from grade 6, 7, 8 only, I am scared of word problem. No need to. I said that, what is the first thing we're going to do? If the question is very simple, then we don't have to do anything. Whatever you understand, solve it and you're going to get right answer. But if question is big, how will you solve that question? So first of all, find out which is unknown. Okay? And if you understand what is unknown, quickly assign a variable to it. Okay? So let's continue with our question. Anyway, this is my way of doing it. What is the simplest way possible? I have written down here and we'll go through it one by one step. What it says, read the problem out loud, means read it out. Read the question to yourself. Don't just, just read it quickly. Out loud you read and you just try to listen to it, what you're saying, okay? Whether it makes sense to you or not. Because it will not be, something which is not, you have not, like scenes. You can understand, you can relate the words to it, okay? So become related to the question. So read it out loud. If it is big problem, break into multiple statements. So let's say there are multiple information given, no? So don't read everything at once. So break into simple statements and try to retrieve the given data from it, okay? So then what was the next step? Identify the unknown and assign the variable to it. After reading only, you'll assign the variable, no? So whatever is unknown, let's say age they're asking. What age they're asking? Present ages. So assign the present age to be X, whatever it is, okay? So identify the unknown and assign the variable to it. Find the keywords. Keywords is important to understand what is happening. Is it getting multiplied, getting divided, increased, okay? So what is the keyword of the mathematical operation, okay? And write down all what is given. What is given in the question? To solve any problem, they will give some data, right? So the data should be given and you have to note that down as well. Start writing your mathematical statements. Now using the variables and the given data, start forming your mathematical statement. What I mean by mathematical statement? X minus 4 equal to x plus 4. X minus 4 equal to 2 times of x plus 4. That is your mathematical statement. Just an example. So start writing your mathematical statement using variable that you assume and the given data. Okay, let's take some questions and solve it. Find the whole numbers which when decreased by 20 is equal to 69 times its reciprocal. Okay, so what are they asking us to find? What are they asking us to find? Whole numbers. Okay, so let the whole number be what? X. Let that particular whole number be, let the whole number be simple X. Let the whole number be X, okay? When decreased by 20, now with the known, keyword is what? Decreased. Mathematical operation will be minus sign. So when, and we're gonna make what? Mathematical statement using keywords, variables and given data. Data is 20. When it is decreased by 20, what happens? This becomes equal to 69 times its reciprocal. Reciprocal of what? The whole number, no? It means, what is it here? The whole number. The situation is about whole number. So they are saying that if the whole number, it decreased by 20, then the number what you're gonna get after decreasing it becomes equal to 69 times the what? Reciprocal of the number. Let's simplify this. I'll get here x square minus 20x equals to 69. How, sir? Nothing. Multiplying everything by x. Okay, great. I hope this is clear. If not, I'll write it here as okay. This whole thing is multiplied with x. Okay, let's move on. Bring the 69 here. So x square minus 20x minus 69 equal to 0. Can we solve this quadratic equation? Yeah, we can factorize it. 69 can be written as product of first and last is minus 69x square. The factor is 3. I can write this as 3 times of 23. 3 3 3 is a 9. Yeah, correct. Now I want a negative number here, minus 20x. It means this will be minus, this will be plus. I'll write x here and x here. My factors are done. I'll write here as x square plus 3x minus 23x minus 69. The middle term has been splitted. The middle term has been splitted, sir. Okay. Simple, sir. No big deal. We can all solve this question. Why have you taken this question? Anyway, simple also we'll learn, we'll revise, right? The point is to revise. Okay, let's simplify here. X plus 3, take 23 common. X plus 3 equal to 0. X plus 3 is common. X plus 3, x minus 23 equal to 0. The answer are x equals to minus 3 and plus 23. We are looking for a whole number. It means a big no to minus 3. Okay, means our only answer over here is x equal to 23. I hope you understand it. Okay, if you want to cross check, let's check. Number decreased with 3. What happens if you decrease 23 by 3? Sorry, decrease by 20, no? My bad. Decrease by 20. If you decrease 20 to this, what will this become? What will this become, sir? If you decrease it by 20, it will become 3. And they are saying this is equal to 69 times 1 by 23. Cancel it. 3. Obviously, LHS is 3. RHS is 3. What are you doing, sir, here? Just verification. So they are not asking it. Just for our sake. No. We want to make sure that our answer is right. We can verify it with the question statement. Okay. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. But I would suggest, please do it so that you are sure that your answer is right, bacha. Okay. Great. Let's move on. Again, that is not part of your solution. This is not part of your solution. Only till here. Okay. Great. Let's move on. Okay, I had more slides here, but we did not require it. Now next question. Sum of a number and its positive square root is 6 by 25. Find the number. Okay. Sir, this is good question, no? One line question. Easier to understand. Okay. Okay. Good. Questions can be easy also, right? Let the number be x. They're asking you what? To find the number, na? So let the number be x. First thing is, let the number be x. Now in this case they did not say it is a whole number or something. So that condition will not apply. Okay. So what are they asking? Mathematical statement. Sum of what, bhai? The number and positive square root. What's the meaning of positive square root? I said it. Whenever I take square root, I get both plus and minus sign. But what are they saying here? Only positive we will consider. So positive square root of what? Of the number only. It's of the number only. So root x is equal to 6 by 25. Okay. Now people will say, sir, then good. No, this is the easiest question. We will not have to solve it. We will not solve it. Why? Sir, root x is there. The degree is 1. How can we solve this question? We can solve this question, sir. How? Not a quadratic equation. Because I can take root x as t. I can take root x as t. Why, sir? See, if root x is t, what is my x? It's t square. How, sir? Squaring both sides. If I square both sides of this step, what I'll get? If I square both sides, what I'm gonna get? Root x square is x, t square is t square. So basically this question, this given equation will transform into t square plus t equals to 6 by 25. Now does it look like a quadratic equation? Yes. Please cross multiply. 25 here. 25 t square plus 25 t equals to 6, bring 6 here, 25 t square plus 25 t minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, what is the product, bacha? Product of first and third term. 25 into minus 6 is going to be minus 50 t square. I can break as 25 6. I want plus 25, will not work. What about 30 and 5? 35s are 150. 35s are 150. Write t on both the places. I want a positive number here, so I'll take 30 positive, 5 negative. Okay, 30 positive and 5 negative. Check it out here. 25 t square plus 30t minus 5t minus 6 equals to 0. What have we done in this step, sir? We have split the number in the middle, so called as splitting the middle term. Please take common. Over here I have 5t common. This will become 5t plus 6, I guess. Yeah, I'm taking 5t common now. So this will be 5 left here with t, and I'll get only 6 left here. Okay, great. What about this? I can take minus 1 common because nothing else is there. Minus sign is common and 1 is common. So 5t plus 6 equal to 0. Let's factorize it. So again we can simplify it. So I can take 5t minus 6 again common over here. So this will become 5t plus 6, sorry, not minus 6, times of 5t minus 1. 5t minus 1 equal to 0. How 5t minus 1? Because if you take 5t plus 6 common, what is left in the first term? Left is 5t, here it is minus 1. Okay, I'll carry on to the next slide. Please help me out. 5t plus 6 and 5t minus 1. 5t plus 6, 5t plus 6 and 5t minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, please, how can we solve this? Tell me. We will, sir, do one thing. We'll take one of them as 0 at a time. That's how it's gonna work. So if I do that, I get 5t plus 6 equal to 0. So t is equal to minus 6 by 5. Okay, and 5t minus 1 equal to 0. T is equal to 1 by 5. Now this is my answer. This is not my answer. This is not my answer. Can you tell me why? Can you comment in the section? Why we can't take minus 6 by 5? Please try. Okay, I am giving you a hint. No hint. Read the question and tell me why I can't take minus 6 by 5. I can take only 1 by 5. Okay. I want all of your answers. Please comment why we can't take minus 6 by 5. Okay. The question is, we have taken x, root x equals to t. So wherever was t, we'll write it as root x equals to 1 by 5. Please square it up. Square it up, it becomes x. Forgive me, not x square, just x, no? Because square of x, root x is just x. 1 upon 25. So what is my number? 1 by 25. 1 by 25. If you want to verify, yes, why not? This says x plus root x is 6 by 25. Check it out. I'll take LHS. What is x? 1 by 25. What is root x? 1 by 5. What is going to be? LCM is 25. This is going to be 1. This is 5 5s are, so just 5 here. 6 by 25, which is equal to this. Hence, it is verified. Okay. Simple question. Moving on. Okay. I think we have only 2 questions left now. We'll quickly complete this. 2 questions. Yeah. I think this is it. Okay. Let's go back to our current slide. What is it? Okay, come on. Keep the energy up. Just 2 questions to go. 2 word problems, very important. You have seen these questions frequently coming in your questions, in your textbooks, in your class. Teacher might be explaining you these questions a lot because these are important questions. Okay, so the speed of a boat in still water is 8 km per hour. it can go 15 kilometer upstream and 22 kilometer downstream in 5 hours. Okay, find the speed of the stream. What's the first thing? We read the question. I have somewhat the idea what the question is saying. Now what is the next important step? Identify the variable which is unknown. So what is my unknown variable? Speed of stream. Speed of stream means what? Means this, let's say if I take a river, okay, river is flowing, means the water is flowing at some speed, no? That is called stream only, right? So what is the speed of that stream? So let's take that to be x. Speed of stream is assumed as x. What is the unit? Kilometer. Take that, sir. Kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. I have taken the speed of the stream, x kilometer per hour. Now they say speed of boat in still water. What is the meaning of still water? When there is, if you ever visited any, like a river, sometime what happens is the river is flowing very fast. During rainy season, monsoon season, what happens? Lot of water is coming from the mountains, okay, the hills. So and there's a lot of rain also. For that reason, there's a lot of water flow in the, lot of stream is there in the river, which is unsafe to go. So if you are anywhere near, residing near the rivers, please make sure you're not nearby rivers in this weather, okay? It's unsafe. Great. So the stream is very heavy in this weather. Sometime it is in the summer, it's almost like dead. You can't see the water flowing also, okay? You must have seen, like in lakes water doesn't flow. If it is a lake and it is confined space, the water will stay at one place only. So that's what saying. So boat's speed in that sort of water, in still water, is 8 km per hour when water is not flowing. So great, that is one given information. Now they have mentioned two words, upstream and downstream. What's the meaning of upstream and downstream? Upstream means against the stream, means let's say stream is coming towards me, so I'll go upstream, I'll go against the stream. That's called upstream. What about downstream? When let's say stream is flowing from this way only, stream is going like this and I'm moving with the stream, that will be called as downstream. Okay, so downstream means with the stream, upstream means against the stream. So think, if I'm moving against the stream, it means what? I'll slow down, right? Because there's something which is opposing me. If I'm moving against the stream, I'll slow down because something is opposing me. But if I'm going downstream, I'll speed up because something is supporting me. The stream is supporting me. Okay, so let's write speed of boat which way? Upstream will do first. Upstream. What happens in upstream? The speed will decrease because I am moving against the stream. Okay, so stream will slow me down. So whatever was the speed in still water, which is 8, will slow down by what value? By the speed of stream, which is nothing but minus x. So 8 minus x kilometer per hour. Okay, this is speed of the boat upstream. What happens? Same thing downstream. So just opposite. This time I will speed up by what factor? By the factor of speed of stream. So this will become 8 plus x kilometer per hour. I have taken the speed of stream to be x kilometer per hour. Now rest of the question. They're saying that there is a boat which can go 15 upstream. So let's take this is my upstream. Okay, how much is going? 15 kilometer. And while coming back downstream, it goes what? It is traveling 22 kilometers. Okay, and it is downstream. Okay, downstream. It takes how much time? It takes 5 hours. It takes 5 hours. Great. Now, so if somehow I can find time taken during upstream and time taken during downstream, I can sum it up to get the total time. Time taken during upstream plus time taken during downstream will be my total time, correct? How will I find time? Remember this formula. Time is equal to distance by speed. Distance by speed. Is the distance given? Yes sir, 15. Is the speed given for upstream? Yes sir, 8 minus x. It means question is done sir actually. Not big problem here. Check it out. So time in upstream will be what? Distance, which is 15 upon 8 minus x. And time in downstream will be what? Distance is how much? 22 upon speed in downstream, 8 plus x. Distance by speed, distance is 22, speed is, this is speed only, no? Speed is 8 plus x. Now time sum, total time is how much? 5. Total time is 5. Now I will simplify this and solve this. Okay, so just help me out. Can I simplify it one step here only? No, we shall do next step only. Next slide will do. 15 upon 8 minus x. 15. 15 upon 8 minus x plus 22 upon x plus or 8 plus x or x plus 8 is 5. Okay, everything is in hour only because speed was given in terms of hour only. Okay, let's take this simplification. What I'm gonna get, LCM will be 8 minus x and 8 plus x. Okay bacha, let's cross multiply. This will become 15 times of 8 plus x and this will become plus 22 times of 8 minus x. Bear with me for the calculation. Okay, simple. We'll try to make it as simple as possible for every one of you. 15 times 8 is 120, right? And this will be 15x over here sir, plus 8 to the 16. 176, right? Yes, minus 22x upon, what is it going to be? 8 square minus x square equals to 5, right? Simplify it further. 120 plus 176 is 692, 296. 15x minus 22x is how much? 15x minus 22x, I think 7x, and then cross multiply this part. So 5 times of 8 square minus x square. Okay, all right, no need. 296 minus 7x equals to 64 times 5 times 64 will write, and minus 5x square will write. Let's bring everything over here. I can get this as 5x square minus 7x plus 296, and this will be how much? 60 into 5 is 300 and 5 into 4 is 20. So I think this should be 320. Okay, please cross check. But I am moving it on which side? Left hand side, so this will become a minus sign. Nothing is left on the right hand side, equal to 0. I have multiplied this, okay, 64 into 5. If you are confused, multiply it. 64 into 5. 5 4s are 20 in hand 2, 6 5s are 30, plus 2 is 32, 320. Okay, bringing on the left hand side becomes negative. Let's continue. Simplification will be done here. So I'll have 5x square minus 7x. This is nothing but minus 24 equals to 0. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. 24 times 5, what is the number? 24 times 5, I think 120. Okay, 120, and it is minus sign, so minus x square. Factors I can take as 15x and 8x. I want minus 7 here, so this should be negative. Okay, same thing I'm doing here for the all the questions. So I hope this is not very fast for you. Okay, so 5x square 5x square minus, what is this, 15x plus 8x minus 24 equals to 0. Please take something common here. I'll have 5x common, I'll get this as x minus 3. I'll have 8 common, I'll get this as x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, I'll do it there, I'll do it on that side so that my steps are visible to everyone. Okay, what is common now? Check here, x minus 3 is common. So I can take x minus 3 common like this. And what is left in the first term? 5x second term plus 8 equals to 0. Simplify this, you'll get x equal to 3. Sorry, solve this and you'll get, and 5x equal to minus 8, which gives me x equals to minus 8 by 5. Now, I have two answers. Which of them is right? This. Why this is right, bacha? Because speed will not be negative, no? Speed will not be negative. We are looking to find what? Speed of the stream. Check here. So this is what? 3. So what is my final answer? Okay. What happened? Yeah. So this is going to be my final answer. 3 kilometer per hour. Okay. My final answer is, I'll write here as well, speed of stream is equal to 3 kilometer per hour. Means the water is flowing at the rate of 3 kilometer per hour. Okay. I hope this is clear. Question was given as, what speed of the boat was given as 8 kilometer per hour. Okay, in still water, the water was not moving. If the water is not moving, it had to go upstream 15 and downstream 22. Okay, total time taken was 5 hours. We took the speed of stream to be x kilometer per hour. We found the new speed. It decreased in case of upstream, 8 minus x, increase in the case of downstream, 8 plus x, and we use the formula time equals to distance by speed. Got this relation, simplified it, got our quadratic equation. Solve the quadratic using split the middle term. Over here, minus 15x plus 8x, simplified it, got x minus 3, x equal to 3 is my answer. Minus 8 by 5 will not be answer because it is negative, and answer is 3 kilometer per hour. Okay. Okay. A plane left, last question of the day. Come on. A plane left 40 minutes late due to bad weather. Plane left 40 minutes late due to bad weather, and in order to reach, means it is starting late, as we do all the time. Okay, if you have to go to school, you'll start late. Let's say you're going by cycling, you'll start late and you're gonna rush now. Okay, same thing they're doing also. So they've started late by 40 minutes. They started late by 40 minutes, and now they're gonna speed up to make up for the time. That's the question. What are they asking? Let's find the variable first. They're asking, find the usual speed of the plane. Usual speed of the plane. So what we're gonna do? Take this value to be x kilometer per hour. Variable is x kilometer per hour. Now what happens? Distance is given. What is distance given? Distance is 1600 kilometers. 1600 kilometers. Okay. Now, how much they have increased, that also is given. 400 kilometer per hour. So, what is the new speed? What is the new increased speed? Usual speed was x, increased by 400 kilometer per hour. Okay. So, if you have to find the time taken for the first journey, when the journey was at usual speed, okay, time taken when the traveling with usual speed. I'm not making the proper statement because I know you can make it. Okay, it's an English statement. Please make it. Time taken by the plane while traveling with usual speed is equals to what? Distance by time. So distance by speed, my bad, distance by speed. What's the distance? 1600 kilometers is the distance. What is the speed? Just x, just x. This will be what? Let's say hours. Let's say hours. Okay. Why hours? Because distance is in kilometers, speed is in kilometer per hour. So hour will be no. Great. Now same thing. Time taken with increased speed. Or let me write this as new speed only. Why to confuse you? The new speed is actually increased speed, no? So with new speed, what happens now? Distance will remain same. Speed is changed to x plus 400 hours. Now tell me which is bigger. If I call this time to be, let's say t1 and this is t2, which is bigger? Obviously, if the speed is slower, time will be more, speed is increased. So t1 will be more than t2. Think. Here the speed is same, usual speed. Here the speed is increased. If you increase the speed, what happens? Time decreases, no? Time decreases, sir. Time decreases. So it means that T2, this time will be less than T1. So T1 is greater than T2. Okay. Now saying difference is how much? What is the goal of all of this? To catch up the 40 minutes. It means after increasing 400 km per hour speed, I am able to match the 40 minutes. Means whatever the gap was created by 40 minutes, I have matched it now. So basically the time will become what? The difference of the time will be what? 40 minutes only. Because T1 was the longer time, but I speeded up to match the time. So because of the matching, this has to be 40 minutes less than the T1, right? So I can write from the question statement, T1 is bigger, so T1 minus T2, how much? 40 minutes. But can I write in 40 minutes because both of them are in hour, so 40 by 60, 40 by 60. Based upon this, we'll make our quadratic equation. Okay, let's check. So T1 is 1600 by x, 1600 by x. 1600 by x minus T2 is 1600 by x plus 4 equals to 40 by 60. Simplify this, you'll get this cancel and this will be nothing but 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Okay, take 1600 common here. What is this going to be? 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 4 equal to 2 by 3. Am I right? Great. So now simplify this further. 1600 times x plus 4 minus x upon x times x plus 4. Don't ask me how. Same thing I've been doing from last all the questions. Product of the denominators. And what is missing here? X plus 4. So x plus 4 is the numerator. What is missing here? X. So x is the numerator. Okay. 2 by 3. Simplify this. X and x will cancel each other. Now take the reciprocals. Before that, let's simplify again one more step. 1600 times 4 by x square plus 4x equals to 2 by 3. Okay. So we'll take everything on one side and variables on one side. Okay. My first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. So multiply this 1600 into 4 into 3 by 2 equals to x square plus 4x. Okay, let's see. 2, this will be 800. So this will become 3 4s are 12, 12 8s are 9600. Have I missed something? Okay, have I missed something? Yes, I have missed something. Big deal. Okay, you'll see what I've missed. I have written as x plus 4. This should have been check here, x plus 400, x plus 400. So that's what I've missed here. So this is nothing but 400. This is also 400. Sorry for making this mistake. 400. Okay. So this will be, forgive me guys, this is also 400. Okay. This part here is also, I'll write this step again. Not big mistake, but still I missed writing 400 times 3. So what is my answer over here? 4th is a 12, 12 times 8 is 96, and how many zeros? 2 here, 2 there, so 4 zeros equal to x square plus 4x. From the quadratic equation we get here x square plus 4x and minus 96 00. Okay, one more mistake. Same problem here also we did, no, denominator. Okay, this will be 400. Okay, this will be 400x. This will be 400x. It's not a mistake, just I have missed writing 2 zeros. Okay, 2 zeros have been missed here as well. Okay, so 400x. Okay. Okay, now I think we are right. So x square plus 400x minus 96 4 zeros. Sir, how minus? Because we are bringing 9600 on that side. Okay, that's why minus. No problem. Continuing with our steps. Factorization of what we have to do? Factors of 960000 x square. Zeros, let the zeros be. Okay, we don't worry about 0. 96 what we can make, so that the difference is just 4. Forget the zeros, just look at 96 and 4. Okay, what we can write 96 as? 24 times 4 will not give me 12 times 8. 12 times 8 will give me something. So write 12 here, 8 here. Then I write 1200 and 800. I write x here and x here. Now check it out. 1200 minus 800 is nothing but 400. Okay, multiplication is 96, 100 and 100, 2 zeros, like 4 zeros, and x and x, which is negative, I want plus, so I will have this as plus and this as minus. Let's split the factors. This will become x square plus 1200x minus 800x minus 960000 equals to 0. What is common here, bachcha? x plus 1200 minus 800 is common here. X plus 1200. Sir, how do you know? Because their multiplication is this number only. So if I am taking 800 common from there, what is left? 1200, no? Their multiplication is 960000. It means if I am taking 800 common, this will become 1200. I have taken minus sign common, so this becomes plus. Okay. What is common now? X plus 1200 is common. Over here x is left, over here 800 is left, equal to 0. Equated with 0, I get x as minus 1200 kilometer per hour and x as 800 kilometer per hour. I cannot have negative speed. Answer is x equals to 800 kilometer per hour. This is my speed of plane. Which speed? Usual speed. Which speed is this? This is my usual speed of the plane before making it increased by 400 km per hour. Okay. All right. So going back to the question, 40 minutes delay was there. To catch up, we increase the time, we increase the speed by 400 km per hour. Okay. In order to do that, while doing that, we had this comparison, 40 minutes delay matched by time t2. We solved the equation, got two answers, 800 and minus 1200. We will not take negative because speed will not be negative. 800 is my usual speed. Question is solved. Okay. Number looks bigger, but I told you ignore 0 zeros. Just take care of 96. Factorize 12 8s are 96. Other factors are 24 and 4, 96 and 1. Other factors will also be there. But there's no point. 16 and 6 is also there. But there's no way I can get 4 from 16 and 6, 24 and 4 and 96 and 1. But 12 and 8 makes sense. 12 minus 8 is 4. So 12 is positive, minus 8 is there to get our positive 4. Answer is here, 800 km per hour. I hope it's clear for you. This question is very important. Okay, great. Now what next, sir? Same thing. Okay, if you have missed something, if I have rushed in some questions and you have not noted everything down, what are you gonna do? Visit the link, go to this page, download your PDFs. Okay, in the PDF what are you gonna get? You're gonna get your notes of the class. Also you will get these homework questions, sir, which you will solve. Okay, we will be coming up with solutions. You'll solve these questions. I'll help you right now to understand the questions so you can solve it out. I am very sure after solving all the classwork questions, you will be able to solve these homework questions as well. Okay, let's see. Let me explain the question. And how will you get this PDF? Please make sure go to the link in the description and get to this page and download the PDFs. This is on daily basis. Okay, whatever chapters are coming today, like whatever chapters we are doing today in the midterm score booster series, you will be getting that chapter only that day. Okay, so make sure you go to the description there and download it. Great. And again we'll be coming up with next chapter in the next session. Okay, pardon me. So check the nature of roots. Nature of roots, graph is not given, sir. We can't use the graph. What we're going to use? The parameter, the element D. So find the D, solve the question. Okay, next one. And the roots also use Siddhacharya method. Okay, I missed it. Equal to 0 is there. Okay, the sum of two number is 8 and 15 times the sum of their reciprocal. Two number means what? X plus y. Okay, 15 times the sum of the reciprocal is also 8. Find the numbers. Okay, now if you use x plus y, can you get quadratic? Can you get quadratic? We can't, sir. Quadratic has only one variable. Then how will you solve it? I can write this y na bacha as 8 minus x. So my numbers are x and 8 minus x. What are my numbers? My numbers are x and 8 minus x. Now use the concepts. Use the given information. 15 times the sum of the reciprocal. Make this reciprocal, multiply with 15 and put it equal to 8. Solve the equation. Okay. Aeroplane question, same thing. Okay, statement is given, 1 hour less for a journey of 1200 kilometers if the speed is increased by 100 kilometer per hour. Exact same thing. Okay, find the usual speed. Everything is same, just the numbers are different. I know you'll be able to solve it. Make sure seriously you solve it. First you give your own try without looking up for solution. Okay, first solve the class note questions, then give these questions your own try. Okay, very easy, you'll solve it. I hope the session was fun. I hope you did good. Okay, and I hope I was able to clear all of your doubts and this chapter is complete. I'm very sure that you're gonna score very good marks in your upcoming midterm examination. So all the best for this chapter and I'll be seeing you in your next session. Keep smiling, keep working hard. I'll see you next session. Bye bye. Take care.